Okay, I've already got a few things out. Everybody was asking me, why did it take me so long to make ammo? On my first, here's my first right here, my first 50 rounds, and I've since made a few more, and I've got some other things prepped. But everybody was asking, why did it take me so long? What I'm going to try to do is get the camera set up here, where it won't fall over. And I'm going to get everything out. I'm going to go through how I did it. Okay? Try to get as good a shot as I can. Okay, what I basically did is, of course, you have your brass. It's not 100% clean, but I got it like this. It's pretty clean, okay? You have your wax. There's many different kinds. You put a little wax on your fingers, of course. Put a little on here and a little on here. Now, I did measure all the cases. Everything's ready to go on that part, okay? They do have primers in them. These aren't the military, so I did use this press. I didn't have the powder measure on here, so I had to measure out the powder, okay? But basically, that's why everything is already completely set up. And I'm not going to put primers in these just yet. I have a couple we already have primers in, and we're going to just use those, okay? But this is an example. Go up, take your primer out, okay? And I'm just putting those right there for now. And I did this in stages. I went through every single one, basically took out the primers, okay, and sized them at the same time. And I come up with, basically, you put a primer in it. You just do the downstroke, or push up all the way, however you want to word it. You put your primer in. Then you've got your cases, okay? I have a little bullet holder. I use these instead of trays. They come with bullets. They're free. Trying to save money where you can. You basically have your case. My scale's already set up for the grains that I'm going to use. Okay, you got the powder here. Same powder I've been using. Go ahead and put the wax up. We don't need it. Get out the powder dipper. Now I have two sets of dies. If I get lucky, I'll get the same one. Yep, here it is, all nice and dirty. One technique I learned by watching YouTube, of course. You take and you push it down into the powder and let it fill it up and bring it back up, and you get a better measure, okay? Now, there we go. Just kind of tap it, any excess falls off, it's level. I am using CFE 223 for my rounds. Basically, of course, you put the powder in here. A little tap. I like to use this white towel underneath here to collect everything and make any kind of mess. And of course, you kind of see where it falls. I'm going to get lucky this time because the way I've been using the powder and all, I've got some little denser powder in there. And it's really, really close, so you don't have to use a trickler on this one. Of course, you got your funnel. And I do have powder in the trickler because I need it. Basically, you pour it in here. I'm brand new, and I'm making this for people that are brand new, okay? When I did these before, I would skip a row. So I got 5 rows on here, so I would have the first, third, and fifth row. But also, I would stagger them. See, hopefully it'll show up. Because I would have one here, in this row, one here, and one here in this row. It gives you a lot of room, okay? Whatever system you use to do it, I always went front to back, left to right. That way I knew. And I would put the powder in here, and I messed up a few times too. You put the powder, you put the funnel on the one, and you charge it. You take the funnel off, and you put it on the next one. That way you know where the charge is going to go. And if you mess up, you're going to have powder everywhere. That's why I started using a towel. Plain and simple, okay? We're going to do 2 of these. Here we go. Now, I just had the beam scale. My digital scale is on the way. Okay. Now, see, this one didn't measure out just perfect. Of course, you know you got your trickler. You got to, I got to, of course, prime it. I ain't even got any powder in it yet. We're going to cheat. Kind of tip it forward a little bit. And there's all kind of little techniques. I've done it like this, kind of shook it and got a little bit of powder in there. You kind of learn how to eyeball things. Like that. You can just kind of watch a couple little grains fall in there. Of course, with the powder being measured in the grains and it's so small in volume and all that kind of stuff, it only takes a couple of grains to really mess everything up. Would be the way I would put it. You know? Of course, you want to get all your powder out of here. And if you're really, really, really conservative, and I've done it a couple of times, decided it's not worth it, you can fold this towel up and put that powder back in the thing, in the bottle. Always keep your bottle out. That's one thing everybody always says, keep your bottle out. And I'm kind of like to keep things really neat, even though it may be a little bit dirty in my room. I like to keep it pretty clean. So now I've got two of them here. Wait a minute. Just check as to which one did and didn't have powder. You don't want to make that mistake, because you can see it down in there. There we go. Now I have my scale all set up, and it generally stays right here. I'm using it, and I've already checked the powder measure. Everything's good to go, so I'm going to leave it set up for this. All I'm loading is 223 right now. It's going to go up here, but I have these two. Of course, that's your primer stage. That's your powder stage. Okay, I can skip those two because I'm on the bullet and seating now. Okay, and like I say, I have those two. I'm going to go ahead and grab two bullets. You put it in here. And then I have this already set up for the seating and the factory crimp die for the Lee. It's the Remington 223s. One. Seat it. And of course I just go ahead and cheat it back to here because I have this another round. Ta-da. And I started out doing them on the single stage. I would go and deprime and size them all. Then I would get them over here and I would put powder in them. Then I would go through and I would seat them all. And then I would crimp them all. And I actually got these two presses from one person. And the Lee 1000 from someone else. His name is Chris. Shout out to Chris. Still helps me a lot in this process, okay? I'm very, very new to it. And I have 65, I have 68 completed rounds, okay? The other way, it took me to do 50 of them a week. To learn and do them a week, okay? My son was helping me. He likes to measure out the powder. And of course, we double, triple check everything. I got this order in. I don't know. It's on my page there. Whatever. Took me a day to set this here up. It actually, the VMD and all that. Be careful. I found it better to do it like this. What I did is because I couldn't get the VMD stuff right. I took and made a charge the way I was making them. And I took two discs and put them on my white towel here. Because I had a 34 and a 32. Always the largest one goes on the bottom, so you don't create a ledge in here. Nowhere close. I went through, did a bunch of calculations. I got a 95 and a 61 cc now to actually get 24.7 or 8 grains of powder. I'm not endorsing how much you use. That's mid-range. It comes from the book. I got it from a Lee source. I got it from Hornady, which is what I'm using the 55 grain. People call them bullets. I call them projectiles or heads, as a term I've heard used by a lot of people. That's what they are. I checked it with the Sierra and the Nosler book. 2 or 3. I got 4 sources, and I got them online, and I got an older copy of the books. So I checked it 6 times, and then I come up with a number in the middle. But now I have this right here set up, even though I do already have these primed. I mean, the time that it's going to take to do it, even if I have to deep prime them, it only takes a minute or so. Once you've got them waxed and ready to go, then you got to here, you just got to go to this stage. You basically just go up, come down, and I've already checked it, like I said, several times. Come all the way down, to it turns, go up, here, seat, out, done. Grab another one. Of course, you know, you got a cyclic that you're not priming. Go up, powder, come down. So people say to go ahead and put it on the downstroke so you don't lose powder. I don't see any problems with it yet. I'm not trying to go really fast, being that I'm really new. I'm more into checking things out really well. And since I have not checked my length and all today, I'm kind of a OCD. I like to check it. If I leave for a couple of hours and I come back, I'm going to check the measurements again. So far, with all the rounds that I have, I'm 0.0005 off on 1. Okay? Well, now I'm off on the other one was a negative. This one right here, I am over by 0.0035. But that's still within tolerances because I'm using them in an AR magazine. That's actually, because I can go from 2.205 to 2.200. That's the actual tolerance from the fit in the magazine. These will still fit just fine. So I'm going to be happy with that. I'm not going to get quite that technical yet. My first 100 rounds, it's more if they go bang, you know, and the projectile goes out down the barrel. They cycle through my rifle. That's really my concern. But I've got let's see, there's 10 in a row. I've got 21 here, and I got 4 to prime. So 26 or so to roughly have my 100. I think I can do these 26 even with priming those 4 in roughly 30 minutes. Whereas before in 30 minutes I might have 1 round completed, you know. So that's this setup. Next video is going to be a little cleaner because I'm working on doing some other things. I got 10 projects going on at one time. Talk to you guys later. Bye.